What's up guys, Jake This Hurdles back at it again with another Pokemon Go PvP video, and in today's video we're going to be doing the recap of the North American Championships Open Qualifier at Queen's Landing in the afternoon during GoFest. So, my team is going to be Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Quagsire, Fortress, and Raichu. So, the first opponent for me is going to be Evan Walther, and he is going to be running Venusaur, Charizard, Lantern, Azumarill, Poliwrath, and Quagsire. So I'm thinking it's time for Raichu and Venusaur to shine, and I'm thinking I'm going to bring Charizard to counter that Venusaur. So, this is Evan Walther. He is the number 58 player in the world. He's from South Africa, and he was the Cape Town regional champion, and he qualified for Worlds in Dortmund. So right now, guys, I am checked in at Queen's Landing at the North American Pokemon Go Open World Qualifier. So if I win this, and then I win another tournament, I will move on to the Pokemon Go Competitive World Championship. So I will update you guys, Snapchat Pokemon guys, in a second. So let's hop into this first match against Evan Walther. And in this match, I'm going to be leading with Blastoise, and he's going to be leading with Azumarill. So I know how this matchup works. Azumarill wins. So what I'm going to do is store a ton of energy with Blastoise for the back. And I'm not going to shield this because I'm thinking it's going to be Ice Beam and it's play rough, so that hurts. So I'm going to bring in Raichu to basically wall this Azumarill, because I know that Raichu and Azumarill, when at equal energy and equal health, it is a neutral matchup. So I force a shield, which is really good. And he's going to bring in Venusaur. So I know I'm going to switch locks. So I know I got to get rid of this energy. And I know Wild Charge is going to do a significant amount of damage to Venusaur. So it does like 35% of health. And I know if I can get to another one, it's going to destroy him. And I honestly should have went for another one. But I thought he was close to a Frenzy Plant. So I go for a Thunder Punch. And he's going to shield. So 2 shields are down already, guys. I'm in a very good spot, because I know that I have a Venusaur to kill this Venusaur. And he's going to have the energy advantage. But that's fine. I'm going to choose to shield this one because I think it's going to be Sludge Bomb. And then I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant to hopefully knock him out. And it is almost going to knock him out. And he's able to get to another move. But I'm thinking it's going to be a Desperation Frenzy Plant. And I know I have to save a shield for the back, because I know Azumarill is probably going to have some energy built up. So I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant. Azumarill comes in. I'm not able to click it. And he is going to get the move off, because I think he has charge move priority in this match. So I'm going to go for the Frenzy Plant, and this should knock out Azumarill, because he has no shields left. So then he is going to bring in his Charizard, and I'm able to get to a Sludge Bomb. And as you guys know, in the back, I've got the Blastoise tank with a Hydro Cannon ready to go to destroy this Charizard. So GG's in the first game, Evan Walther. So let's hop into match number 2 of round number 1 against Evan Walther. I'm going to be leading with Raichu. He's got Poliwrath, so a very bad situation for him. He's going to bring in Venusaur. So I'm going to charge up a ton of energy and then bring in my Venusaur for the neutral matchup. And I'm going to choose to not shield this Frenzy Plant. It's a very good decision on my part. And then I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb, hoping to get a no shield. And he does not shield. So I know I'm up right now. I'm going to shield this. And then I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant and hope that he does not shield. And he is going to shield. So once again, guys, there's a shield. And I should have shielded that. Don't know why I didn't. That was my first mistake in the match. If I shield that, I think that I definitely win this match. Spoiler alert, I lose this match. He brings in Quagsire, so I'm going to bring in Blastoise to wall it. And he's going to bring in Poliwrath. So, Poliwrath is a weird case. Power Punch is going to do some damage once you get it charged up. And obviously I'm not going to block this because I'm thinking it's Power Punch. But he uses Dynamic Punch, guys. So, he's running Dynamic Punch, so I'm going to choose to shield this, and he's got Ice Punch. So I'm like, oh man, this is a problem. And I overcharge to use a Hydro Cannon, but he's got a shield. So he shields up, and my only option to kill Quagsire is about dead. So I get to my Hydro Cannon so I can knock out this Poliwrath, but I bring in Raichu with a Wild Charge, and he's got a ton of energy stored up. So he's going to knock out my Raichu and then knock out my Blastoise with one Mud Shot. So we're going to hop into match number 3, part 2 of these matches against Evan Walther. So there's some lag in the first time we did it, and we did it again, and I'm going to be leading with Raichu, and he's going to be leading with Poliwrath. So I'm going to be going for a Wild Charge against his Venusaur when it came in, so I know what I did wrong last time. I could force a shield. Then I bring in my Venusaur, and he is going to use a Sludge Bomb, and I don't shield. So that's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to overcharge energy and use a Frenzy Plant. I know he's got a shield or he's going to die. So he doesn't shield. And I say he was going to die because if I use a Sludge Bomb, it's probably going to knock him down almost the whole way. And I'm able to get to a Sludge Bomb first because I believe that I had charged him with priority because I lost the last match, and I'm going to knock him out. So very good for me because one shield down, and I have Venusaur to take care of this Poliwrath. And obviously I'm going to shield this because I'm thinking it's going to be Ice Punch, and obviously it is. But if I do use this, I'm going to basically shoot myself in the foot because I know I got to kill Quag. He's going to bring Quagsire. I'm going to use a Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch is going to do that much, but it's going to knock off a little bit of damage. That's going to make it easier for Blastoise and Venusaur to take care of it. So I'm going to use another Thunder Punch to chip off some damage, and he's not going to shield. So I'm basically going to have the switch advantage here. He's going to kill me. I'm going to bring in Blastoise to take care of Quagsire because I know that I can take a Stone Edge to the face, I can take one Earthquake, and he's got one shield, but I know he's going to save it for the back with Poliwrath. So I'm going to aggro farm energy, and I'm going to go for a Hydro Cannon. So this Hydro Cannon is going to knock him out easily if he doesn't shield. So he's going to shield, and I am going to obviously die at this point in time, but I'm going to use one Vine Whip to knock him out, and he's got no shields because he's shielded with Quag, and I'm going to Frenzy Plant him to take a victory in round number 1. But Quagsire wasn't dead, so then I kill him. GG's. So without further ado, let's hop in our next match against 19 Zack Attack. So his team is going to be identical to mine, except for Azu and Blastoise are obviously flip-flopped. So I'm thinking that I'm basically going to run the same team that I ran last time. If not, I will probably go with the starter squad. So he was ranked around 110 when I battled him, but he dropped down a little bit because of the performance in another tournament, but he's ranked 271, and he was in a stacked regional qualifier in California, and he went 7-1 to win it. And honestly, this guy's a stud, and I can't wait to battle him because he was a world qualifier. So without further ado, let's hop into this first match against Zack Attack, and I'm going to be leading with Venusaur. He's going to be leading with Quagsire, and out loud as we were battling, he said, "Oh no." And what I'm going to do here is charge up a ton of energy. Even though I'm taking damage from those fire spins, I'm going to bring in Quagsire about mid-4th fire spin, right before he gets his Blast Burn. So he's going to use Blast Burn on me. It's perfectly fine. I can take it. And I'm going to overcharge a ton of energy and go for a Sludge Bomb here to shield bait. And he is going to shield, so very good job by me. And then I'm going to choose to shield this because I know I have a Stone Edge and I already took one of his shields, so it's a very good situation. Even though it's Dragon Claw, it's perfectly fine. I know that Stone Edge will kill, and I'm going to make a bold strategy here. I'm going to shield again because I know I have all that energy, and if I do Stone Edge, I'm going to kill him, but I have Venusaur with the Sludge Bomb ready for the Venusaur neutral matchup, and Quag. So he is going to bring in his Venusaur, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. I have Charizard ready to go. I don't have any shields, but it's perfectly fine because I can fire spin him down enough that Sludge Bomb will not do enough to kill me. And I am going to go for a switch here, but I use Blast Burn because it would not let me switch. So I bring in my Venusaur and I use Frenzy Plant immediately, and I'm thinking he's going to shield here. And he does, so it's perfectly fine because whatever move he uses, unless it's Earthquake, is going to not kill me. Stone Edge doesn't kill. I'm able to charge up a ton of energy with my Venusaur, and I've got a Sludge Bomb ready for whatever is coming in, and it is Venusaur, and I'm going to be able to one-shot him. So GG's Zack Attack in that first game of round 2. So guys, we're up into match number 2 against Zack Attack in round number 2, and I'm going to win the mind game. He led Quag last match, and I led Venusaur, so he thinks that I'm going to lead Quag, and he's going to lead Venusaur, so I am going to lead Charizard. Charizard's going to do super effective damage with the fire spins, and I'm going to charge up a ton of energy, and he's not going to switch out. So I'm going to try to switch into my Venusaur, and I am going to use Dragon Claw because the game is broken, and it wouldn't let me switch because of switch glitch. So I was not able to switch, but I bring in Venusaur to destroy this Azumarill. I'm going to have to shield here because I want to shield the first Ice Beam while my health is pretty full. And I'm going to overcharge some energy to hopefully get 2 before he can get to another Ice Beam. And I know it's going to be close, but I use this Frenzy Plant, and he's going to shield, obviously, because that would kill. And I am going to not win the race to the Frenzy Plant, but I can take an Ice Beam with Venusaur. So I take the Ice Beam, use the Frenzy Plant, and this should knock out his Azumarill. So Azumarill's done. And then he is going to bring in, hopefully, Charizard. So Charizard comes in, it's going to wax me, and I have Blastoise ready to answer the call. So Blastoise is going to come in and do that super effective damage with the water gun. It's going to be a very good water attacker, guys. Definitely try out Blastoise if you have not. So I'm not going to shield this. Or I'm going to shield this. The shield went behind Venusaur. It's really hard to see back there. And I'm going to go for an Ice Beam here because I know I have a ton of energy built up with Charizard. So if he doesn't shield, I'm good. If he does shield, I'm even better. So he's saving a shield in the back for Charizard. And I'm going to go for a sacrificial swap of Charizard. And I have a Dragon Claw ready to shield bait. But I know I can take a Blast Burn to the face, but I got him down low enough that Fire Spin is going to kill him. So GG's Zack Attack in that round. So let's move on to our next match against Ace Leader Sky 04. So his lineup is Quagsire, Raikou, Ivysaur, Mantine, Poliwrath, Charizard. So I'm thinking that the electric user, Raichu, is going to be good. And I think that I'm going to go with Venusaur as well to wall those water types. So I just want to show you his trainer card. He is ranked number 5 in the world after the weekend's events. He was ranked number 97 when I played him, but this player is the best player that I have ever played against. He is a stud. He looked at my lineup for like 5 minutes and then finally decided what he was going to run in the Rainbow Cup. And I'll show you guys the battles because this guy's a beast. So let's hop into this first match against Ace Leader Sky. And I'm going to be leading with Raichu, expecting a Mantine lead, and he leads with Ivysaur. So this is a bad matchup for me. Power Whip is going to destroy me, even though it's not going to be super effective. But I cannot really resist those attacks. So I'm going to charge up a ton of energy. I'm hoping for 2 waters in the back. And then I'm going to switch into my Venusaur. But as I go to switch, it uses Wild Charge, so that is really annoying. But I guess it's not that bad because it did some damage. I was hoping for a shield, and he's going to bring in Charizard, so I'm basically in a bad situation. I'm going to charge up a ton of energy so I can get to a Sludge Bomb. And he's not going to shield, so he's going to save his 2 shields to the back for the charge moves. And I'm going to get to a charge move, so I'm going to not shield this. I think I maybe should have used a shield there to draw a shield out. And I'm going to bring in, I believe it's Quagsire, or Raichu, to store up some energy here against this Charizard. And I'm going to farm it and then use a Thunder Punch. But he's going to shield because he's got a charge move ready for me. So I'm going to use a shield here because I've got some energy stored up. So I'm going to store this energy up, and then he's going to bring back in his Ivysaur to wall me. So I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch immediately, and I'm expecting a shield here, and then I'm going to switch into Quag right as he uses his move to Sacrificial Swap. And it wouldn't really have mattered. His lineup was solid for me. He's still got a shield. He played this very, very intelligently, and I think if I switch out maybe with Raichu, I might have a chance. But it doesn't really matter because he gets his charge move and knocks me out. And his lineup was very solid. So very good games to Ace Leader Sky in that first match. So in the second match, we're going to hop in. And I didn't cut this one down. So we're going to watch it from my point of view so you can see how good this match was. So I'm going to do the Venusaur lead here, expecting a Quagsire. And he is going to lead Mantine, so I am going to go for a switch right before he gets his Aerial Ace, and I'm going to bring in Raichu. So Raichu is going to do super effective damage with those electric moves, and then he's going to bring Quag for the wall. So that's perfectly fine. I have a ton of energy built up. Going to use a Wild Charge here. And he is going to not shield. So I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch here for a shield bait, and I'm going to have to shield here because I have a ton of energy. Honestly, what I should have done is probably save that shield for Venusaur. But use the Thunder Punch here to hopefully do some chip damage against his Quagsire, and he's not going to shield. So this guy is very conservative with his shields. He uses his shields wisely, and I'm going to go for a Wild Charge here. I'm thinking this is where he uses his first shield, and I am going to use it, and he is not going to shield, guys. So I am going to not be able to kill it, which really sucks, but it's perfectly fine. Even though I'm going to give up switch advantage. So I'm going to bring in Quagsire for a neutral matchup, basically so I can get myself switch locked in the best possible scenario. So he's going to obviously bring in a grass type, I'm thinking, and he brings in Ivysaur. So I'm going to charge up this Sludge Bomb, and I'm going to use it. What I should have done there was switch into Venusaur. But when you break it down in slow-mo, it's actually really nice because you can see everything that's going on. And then I'm going to bring in my Venusaur, which has a move charged up. So this is where I should have probably shielded, and I did. And I shielded Sludge Bomb. So I made the right decision there, guys. And then I'm going to aggro farm here and use a Sludge Bomb. So I should have went for Frenzy Plant first to shield bait. And I use the Sludge Bomb, and he is not going to shield. So it was a very good job by him right there. So then I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant. But he's going to get to his charge move, and if it's Sludge Bomb, it's going to KO probably, if not get down to about 10 health. and I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant against his Mantine, but I cannot get it off. So it would have been a decent scenario if I do get that off, because I might have had a chance, because his the Ivysaur obviously just used all of its energy, and I think he was honestly sacrificial swapping, but I couldn't get it in there. And he had his Aerial Ace, if not two, as you can see. So he's going to take a GG in round number 3. Ace Leader Sky was a solid trainer, guys, so GG's to him. So let's move into our matchup for round number 4. I am 2-1, and this is going to be 3 Equivocator. He's going to be running Charizard, Raikou, Kingdra, Fortress, Azumarill, and Gloom. So I'm thinking I win a neutral matchup with Venusaur against Gloom. I'm thinking that Raichu's a good pick because of the Kingdra as a lead, and this player is going to be ranked 773 in the world. He's a stud, very good player. He was ranked around 1,500 before I played him in this tournament, and his rank only shot up so after the weekend's events. So without further ado, let's hop into these battles. So, in our first matchup against 3 Equivocator, I think it's Equivocator, but it doesn't really matter because we are hopping into the first match. So I'm going to be leading with Venusaur, he's going to be leading with Gloom. It's a Razor Leaf Gloom, so it's going to do some damage, but I'm going to charge up a ton of energy and basically play chicken with him, and I'm going to lose the game of chickens because I'm going to use my charge move first, and he is not going to shield. It's a very good job by him, and I'm basically going to charge up a ton of energy and go for Sludge Bomb, but he gets the first move, so I'm going to shield, thinking it's Sludge Bomb, and I'm going to use my Sludge Bomb, hoping to draw a shield here. And then I'm going to switch into Charizard to Fire Spin it once to death so he cannot use all that energy. So I use the shield, but his Gloom is down. I'm going to get to a Blast Burn here before he can get to a Thunderbolt, which is really good. Or Thunderbolt or Wild Charge, depending on what he has. I'm going to choose not to shield because the Grass type is already dead. He uses Wild Charge, so obviously going to destroy me. And I'm going to bring in Quagsire to wall this Electric type. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to aggro farm because I know my Mudshots are doing super effective damage against that Electric type. And he's going to use Shadow Ball because he's a Psychopath and he invested 100,000 into his Raikou. So I'm going to use Sludge Bomb here to shield bait, and he's going to shield. So then I'm going to have a ton of energy built up, and I'm going to choose to shield here because I know I'm going to die if it's Shadow Ball, and Wild Charge is going to kill me. So I'm going to switch into Venusaur to hopefully charge up some energy for the Water type that I know is coming in the back, and it's going to be Charizard actually. So he ran with a no water lineup, so I'm going to take the victory here because I know I have Quagsire in the back with charged up energy, and I'm going to get that Stone Edge off. Even though I don't have any shields, I'm going to use Stone Edge, and I'm going to kill Charizard in match number 1. So GG's to 3 Equivocator. So let's hop into match number 2, and I'm going to be expecting the water lead in this matchup, so I lead with Venusaur, so he leads with Kingdra, so it's a good matchup for me because I know I can take at least 1 or 2 shields from his Kingdra. So I'm going to get to Frenzy Plant first. Obviously, Kingdra takes a while to charge up. Gonna use the Frenzy Plant, gonna draw a shield, and I'm going to hopefully go for another Frenzy Plant. If he gets to his charge move, I know I'm going to shield, and he's going to switch into Gloom, so I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb, expecting no shield here, and it's gonna smack him. So then I'm gonna bring in my Charizard to wall this Gloom and hopefully Fire Spin it down before it gets a charge move off, and that is what happens. So it's one shield, one shield. I've got 3 Pokemon, and I'm going to use a Raikou. I'm going to use Dragon Claw. And actually, guys, I have 2 shields, my mistake, and he is going to use his Raikou, but I've got a ton of energy built up, but I'm going to let my Charizard go because the Grass type is dead. So I'm going to bring in Venusaur because I know I'm close to a charge move, and I'm going to get to a Frenzy Plant, hoping to get his last shield so I can bring in Quag to basically wall anything that he has. So I'm hoping for no second water type in the back. I'm hoping that he doesn't have a Quag, because if he does have a Quag, it would be a problem. But I do have some energy stored up, and he's got Kingdra left. So obviously he doesn't have a second water type in the back because I killed Charizard and I killed Raikou. So my mistake once again, guys. My mind's boggled, but I'm going to be able to get to a Stone Edge here, which should almost KO this Kingdra, and I'm going to take a victory in round number 4, match number 2. So let's hop into our next matchup against Unknown Ver in round number 5. He's got Venusaur, Ninetales, Mantine, Scizor, Quagsire, and Lantern. And I think that Raichu is going to be a good fit here because I can beat Scizor, I can beat Mantine, and I can beat Lantern. So let's take a look at this person's trainer card. They are ranked number 64, and when he battled me, he was about ranked number 70. So he did drop down a little bit. And without further ado, guys, let's get into these battles. So let's hop into match number 1 against Unknown Ver, and I'm going to be leading with Raichu, and he's going to be leading with Scizor. So I think this is a positive matchup for me, guys. I haven't really run the Sims on it yet, but we are going to spam these Thunder Punches. And I'm going to get the Thunder Punch first before he can get to his charge move. And I'm going to do super damage against that Scizor. So I'm going to shield because I did a ton of damage. And then I can get to another Thunder Punch before he gets to the next Scizor. And then I'm going to switch into Charizard, hoping that I can get a KO with the Fire Spin before he gets to his charge move, but he gets to his Night Slash, which is perfectly fine. But Charizard's going to be in there in a switch lock, and I've wasted a shield, but he's got 2 shields and 2 Pokemon, so he's going to bring in Lantern to do some super effective damage with that Water Gun. And I'm going to use a Blast Burn, obviously, guys, and I'm going to try to get to another Dragon Claw here, and I do get to a Dragon Claw, so it's going to do some decent chip damage, probably take off about 15% of his health, and he's going to shield because he thought it was Blast Burn, so very good job right there. So I'm going to bring in, believe it is Raichu with the stored energy. I'm going to get a little lag here, but it's perfectly fine because I get to a Thunder Punch. We both were lagging, and we agreed it was perfectly fine. I told him I had energy, and he's like, yeah, I know, don't worry about it. And in this situation, I am not going to shield because I know the Quag is going to be the key to the game, and I'm going to hopefully be able to get a little bit of chip damage off against that Lantern before he can get to a charge move. So he's going to bring in a Venusaur, and I know that I'm in a very good spot for this Venusaur lead because I have the energy advantage and 1 shield. So I'm going to Frenzy Plant Shield Bait, and he was like, yes, when he got that one right. And so I'm going to choose not to shield this one. I'm going to save the shield for the later one. He's going to use Sludge Bomb. So it looks like I'm in a very bad situation, guys. But it's not that bad because he still hasn't used his shield. And I'm going to overcharge and going to use Frenzy Plant here. And he is going to shield it. So I'm in a very good spot because I've got the shield and I've got the energy advantage. So I know that I'm going to get to Sludge Bomb first. So I'm going to get Sludge Bomb. He's going to be in the yellow. Going to get the Sludge Bomb off. And I am going to be able to KO his Venusaur and take the first match. So guys, let's move into match number 2 of round number 5, and I'm going to be leading with Quagsire, and he's going to be leading with Mantine. So, a very positive matchup for me here, because I know Stone Edge is going to do super effective damage to Mantine. He's going to be doing some decent damage with those wing attacks, and I'm going to overcharge some energy and then go for a Sludge Bomb for some shield bait here. And I'm going to not get a shield, so should have went for Stone Edge there, but it's perfectly fine because I have another Sludge Bomb ready for Venusaur, and I'm going to be able to swap into Charizard to do some super effective damage with those Fire Spins. So in this scenario, I shouldn't shield. I should save the shields for the back, and I chose to shield because I don't know why. I would have been able to kill him with Fire Spins before I even got to a Blast Burn, so bads to me there. Very bad job. So I've got a Blast Burn ready for Mantine, which is good, but he's probably going to not shield here to save the shields for the back. So obviously I'm going to let Charizard die if this is Water Pulse, but it's not going to kill. So I'm going to be able to almost get to a Dragon Claw, maybe 2 Fire Spins away. And then I'm going to bring in my Quag, and I make another mistake here. I shielded. Area Waste probably would have killed there, though, so I'm going to go for Stone Edge here to kill this Mantine or draw a shield. And he's going to keep his Mantine alive because he knows the Venusaur is in the back. And I'm going to get to a Sludge Bomb, which is going to kill his Mantine, so it's very good for me. Almost, but he gets his Area Waste. He uses a shield, and Area Waste is going to smack my Venusaur, obviously, and I'm going to have to basically Sludge Bomb into Ninetales, but it's not going to do enough damage, so he's going to take a GG in that match. So guys, let's move into match number 3 of round number 5, and you are going to see the first flaw of having Sludge Bomb instead of Earthquake. So we're in a Quag neutral match, guys, and you know how this one works. It's the person that has Charge Move priority and the person that has Earthquake. So I'm going to switch in right before he gets his Stone Edge into Venusaur, and he's going to switch into Venusaur. So I'm like, okay, he doesn't have a Fire type. That's good. So I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb here first, and he's not going to shield, so I'm in a very good spot. I need to protect my Venusaur at all costs, so I'm going to shield, and he's going to use Frenzy Plant. So very good shield bait there. And then I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant here, and I'm hoping that he's not going to, he's going to shield. So I'm in a very good spot, guys. I'm in a very, very good spot. So I'm going to choose to shield this one as well, because I'm thinking it's going to be Sludge Bomb because he used Frenzy Plant the first time. So I'm going to get to a Frenzy Plant here, and I'm expecting a shield to keep his Venusaur alive so he can get off that energy. But he does not shield. So I've got a good situation. It's Mantine, and I'm going to switch into my Quagsire. Probably should have switched into Charizard there, guys. But he's going to switch into his Quag, and he is going to body me with Earthquake. So I definitely should have switched into Charizard, guys. It's definitely a flaw there. And I'm going to go for another Stone Edge here, guys. So I'm thinking I should have went for maybe a Sludge Bomb there. I would have been able to get to it. I had it. So I should have went for a Sludge Bomb instead of Stone Edge. I think 2 Sludge Bombs would have got him down low enough so that he wouldn't have been able to demolish me. I'm going to bring in Charizard to Sacrificial Swap. Sacrificial swap Earthquake here. Good. It's not Stone Edge, so very good for me. He was thinking it was going to be Venusaur, but he's going to have all this energy built up, and it's going to destroy me. So I've got Venusaur coming in, ton of energy, and he is going to bring in his Mantine with an Aerial Ace, and he's got switch advantage, so I wouldn't have killed him there with the Frenzy Plant anyway, but GG's to Unknown Ver in that match. So we're going to be going to our next match against the Red Warden. I know that I have to win because the people above me are going to be the people that have already qualified Worlds, including the Red Warden, including Unknown Ver, including Zack Attack, including Evan, and including Ace Legends. So I need to win this match. I'm seeing he's got Venusaur, Charizard, Azumarill, Fortress, Slowbro, and Quag. So I'm thinking I'm going to use my Confusion User with Quagsire team that I have had built for a long time because I knew that the Confusion Users were going to be a problem. So let's look at their trainer card. Obviously, this player is very good. The ranking is solid. And without further ado, guys, I think we should get into this battle. This guy was the Panama regional champ, and he's qualified for Worlds, so definitely can't wait for these battles. So let's move into match number 1 of round number 6, the final round of this tournament against the Red Warden. So I'm going to be leading with Raichu, and he's got Fortress. So I'm going to be spamming these Thunder Punches, guys. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to overcharge a little bit of energy. I think I had enough for a Wild Charge, but I'm going to Thunder Punch and see how much damage it does, or grab a Shield. So this next time I'm going to go for another Thunder Punch. Going to shield this because I have a ton of energy built up, and I'm either going to go for a Thunder Punch or a Wild Charge, but I'm going to overcharge some energy so I can hopefully get 2 Thunder Punches ready to go, guys, before he gets another Heavy Slam. So I'm going to use Thunder Punch number 1. He's going to shield, but I'm going to have a Thunder Punch ready, and I was going to switch into Charizard to hopefully kill him before he can do anything, but I've got Charizard coming in. He wasted 2 shields on his Fortress, and he didn't even get to use the energy he built up. So very good job by me. Took his shield, and I'm in a bad situation here, but I'm hoping that his only type weak to fire is dead already, so I'm going to be able to do a ton of chip damage against his Azumarill, and he is charging a ton of energy, but he's going to be forced to use an Ice Beam because he knows that another Blast Burn is going to do a ton of damage. So I'm going to bring back in Raichu to do some damage here, and he's got a ton of energy built up, obviously, and I had the switch glitch, so it's kind of annoying, but I'm not thinking it's going to matter because I even told him that. I was like, I don't think it's going to matter because Thunder Punch is going to do super effective damage here, and no matter what he really has in the back, unless it's a fire type, I'm going to be in good shape, and I'm thinking it's going to be Quagsire. Yes, I thought he was going to go double water, and it didn't really matter. Had it have mattered, I might have called it, but it didn't end up mattering, so GG's Red Warden. So let's hop into match number 2 of round number 6 against the Red Warden. I'm going to be leading Raichu, expecting that water lead, and he's going to bring in Quagsire. So, bad situation for me, guys, because, you know, Quagsire walls Raichu. But I'm going to do what I normally do in this situation, because you don't really want to switch first. But I'm going to charge up a ton of energy and then bring in my Venusaur, and he is going to stay in there a little bit too long with Quag. I'm going to have a ton of energy built up, and I'm going to be able to charge a ton of energy against this Fortress. It's doing super effective damage with those Bug Bites, and I'm going to use that Frenzy Plant. So I've got enough energy ready for another Frenzy Plant, and I'm going to use it once again, guys. So I'm going to wear this Fortress down so that it doesn't really do that much damage against me rather than other than killing my Venusaur. So I'm going to, you know, not shield this because Heavy Slam's probably going to kill here, and I don't need to shield because I'm going to need that shield for the back. And I'm going to demolish this Fortress. Maybe should have went for Raichu there, but he's going to bring in Quag, and I'm kind of in a bad spot because I've got Stone Edge here, and I'm going to have to shield it, but I'm going to go for a Blast Burn against his Quag to hopefully draw a shield. And it does draw shield, so that's very good. So then I'm going to charge up a ton of energy and then switch in, or use a Dragon Claw here. But I honestly should have switched into Raichu, but I did not. But I've got a Thunder Punch ready, so I'm hoping I can do some chip damage here. I'm basically conceding defeat. I kind of knew I was screwed at this point. If he shields this, I'm definitely going to lose. And he does not choose to shield this, but he's got an Azumarill in the back with 1 shield, which is a very good situation for him, and we know that a scenario goes in a same energy matchup. We go neutral, so he's gonna be able to kill me because he had the full health. So GG's in that round, the Red Warden. So guys, let's hop into the final match, and I know that if I win this and I get some help, that I can possibly be in a tie for first place and maybe win this open qualifier. So I'm going to charge a ton of energy off of his Fortress, and then I'm going to bring in Raichu. So he has the energy advantage here. I'm going to shield, and and I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch for the shield bait, because that's what you do in an Azumarill matchup. And he is not going to shield, so then I'm going to go for another Thunder Punch, and I'm going to choose to not shield here because I know I can take one Ice Beam. Take the Ice Beam, use the Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch is going to draw a shield or kill Azumarill. It is going to kill Azumarill. He's got 2 shields for the back, and he's going to bring Quag, so I'm hoping I can get to a Thunder Punch here to chip, and I cannot get to a Thunder Punch, which really sucks, but I have Blastoise to wall this Quagsire, so I'm not going to shield here, expecting a Stone Edge. I've already seen his moves, haven't seen Earthquake yet, so I'm going to go for a Hydro Cannon as soon as possible, because I need to draw this shield out, guys. So, going to draw the shield out, and I'm going to have to shield here, because I know that I cannot kill Quag with a Blastoise. So I'm going to go for... He switches for some reason. I don't know why he switched. I think that if he doesn't switch, he definitely wins the game. I know he has Heavy Slam, and I know he's probably got Earthquake. So I don't know why he switched there. I'm going to aggro farm him and use this Blast Burn, which is going to either draw a shield or kill his Quagsire. So it's going to draw a shield, but I've got a ton of energy built up, so I know that this Blast Burn is going to almost kill his Quagsire, so I'm going to be able to Fire Spin him to death. So I don't know why I switched there, but GG's anyways to Red Warden. Very good player, guys. So guys, this was taken right after my match. You can see that not all the matches are completed because Unknown Ver is going to go with 5 wins. Evan Walther got 5 wins and he beat Sensationalist. And you're going to see that there are a lot of people with 4 wins. But the people above me are obviously going to be the people that qualified for Worlds already. So that's why that I said I won this qualifier, because all the people above me were qualified for Worlds. So it forced a 10-way tie for first place, basically, because all the people that were qualified for Worlds are already out, so they can't win it. So there has to be a legitimate winner, one winner. So there was a 3-way tie because all the other people left, so we were into a playoff. So the 3 players in the playoffs are going to be Math Magician and Sensationalist, as well as myself. So how the playoff is going to work is it's going to be by world ranking, and the person with the highest world ranking is going to get the bye, and then the people with the lowest rankings are going to play each other. So they took the world ranking after this tournament, so my ranking went up a ton, but I was still the lowest, and I have to play against Math Magician in the first round of this knockout tournament for the winner of the open qualifier. So guys, without further ado, let's hop into those matches. So let's hop in this first match against Math Magician, and I went a little crazy, guys. I thought that he believed that I was going to lead Quagsire, so I led with Charizard, and guys, it paid off. So I'm going to be spamming these Fire Spins. He's going to get out of there. He's going to bring in Quagsire, and I'm going to bring in Venusaur to destroy this Quagsire, guys. So I'm going to choose to not shield this because I think I can take an Earthquake to the face and still kill this Quagsire. So if I do destroy him here, he's probably not going to shield with this Frenzy Plant, but he does shield, so I'm still going to be able to almost take him down with my Venusaur, and I'm going to wait the switch clock out here and bring in my Raichu to do not very much damage against this Quagsire because it is going to resist because of that ground typing. So I'm going to have to shield here, but I'm going to charge up a ton of energy. He's going to miss a couple Mudshot there, but in reality, I don't think it's going to matter because I've got a Thunder Punch ready for Meganium coming in here, and he's already wasted a shield, and he's going to not shield this, but I'm going to bring in my Charizard. He's going to miss a Razor Leaf there. He had some laggage on his phone there, but it's not really going to matter because I'm going to Dragon Claw, Shield Bait here, and he is going to shield, so that is going to basically make it a GG. He's going to bring in his Lantern, but I'm going to Blast Burn. He's got no shields, and I've got 1 shield ready for this Charizard, so I'm going to be able to wear his Lantern down and go for a Blast Burn here that should kill him. And his Lantern's able to destroy me with that Water Gun, but Blast Burn's so strong that it can take down basically anything with no shields. So he's got Meganium. I'm going to be Fire Spinning here, and I'm going to go for Dragon Claw to basically finish the job. So GG's in the first round of the knockout for the open qualifier to Math Magician. So guys, I am expecting a Quag lead in this next matchup, and he leads Meganium, so I know I win this battle because Sludge Bomb is superior to Earthquake, and it's going to take way too long. He loses a Razor Leaf there. He's got a little lag going on, and he had some in the first match. But what I'm going to do here is play Chicken, and you're going to see that the lag is not really going to matter at this point because I'm going to be able to Sludge Bomb him, and it is going to take the shield. So I'm going to go for another Sludge Bomb here. He's clearly losing a couple moves, but I'm going to destroy his Meganium, and then he is going to bring in a Charizard, and I'm able to get to a Sludge Bomb. So Sludge Bomb is going to do some super damage here. Not super effective, but it's going to do a lot of damage if he doesn't shield, and he's going to have to shield. So I'm going to switch in my Raichu, because I know there's probably a water type in the back. So Raichu is going to do super effective damage. So I'm going to go for Thunder Punch because I think it should kill here. And it is going to, after Raichu once again going Super Saiyan 2 there, guys, it is going to kill, and then he's going to have Lantern in the back. So honestly, the lag would not have mattered. My lineup is perfect for to counter this lineup. I still have one shield left, and he's lagging a little bit, so I stop attacking so he can get some moves. But like I said, guys, it would not have mattered because my lineup was perfect for his. And I asked him if he wanted to run it back, and he said no, it's fine. He just wanted to confirm that he was missing some moves. So GG's in the first of the knockout games against Mathemagician. So guys, we're going to hop into the championship of the Queen's Landing Afternoon Open Qualifier, and I'm going to lead Charizard, expecting that Venusaur lead to counter my Quag, and he's going to lead him with Ninetales. So this matchup is going to be CMP. Whoever gets it is going to win. I used one extra Fire Spin there. That's going to hurt me, so I'm not going to shield this Psyshock, but I'm going to get off a Blast Burn here, and I'm going to debate bringing in Blastoise to take care of this Ninetales, but I am not going to. So I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw here, and I cannot get it off because of CMP or just using an extra Fire Spin. If I do get that, I obviously kill Ninetales, but I'm not going to shield because I know Blastoise can make quick work of this Ninetales because of how super effective that Water Gun is. So he's going to bring in a Venusaur here, and what I'm going to do is going to be pretty bold here, guys. I'm going to go for that Ice Beam, and I'm going to get to it, but he's going to get to a shield here, or he's going to get to a Frenzy Plant, which is going to draw a shield here. Obviously, I would die. So I'm going to go for an Ice Beam here with my Blastoise. I know he's got a shield here. So then I'm going to bring in my Venusaur, and Venusaur is going to be doing really neutral damage, obviously, with the grass moves. So I'm going to go for a Overcharge here, and then I'm going to go for a Frenzy Plant. So if he doesn't shield this, it's going to chip damage, but if he doesn't shield it, also he is fear of that Sludge Bomb, so he probably was going to die, so he has to shield it. I'm going to shield the Frenzy Plant because I know I'm going to die. I'm going to get to the Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb is going to KO this Venusaur, so I'm expecting a water type in the back. I've got no shields, but I know that I can get to a Frenzy Plant before anything gets to a charge move, and it's going to be Quagsire, so one Frenzy Plant is going to knock it out. So I'm going to take a GG in the first match of the championship against Sensationalist. So guys, it comes down to this. I'm one win away from winning the Open Qualifier and moving on to the next round, which will be a knockout round on the next day. And I'm going to lead Raichu, expecting a water lead, and he leads Lantern, guys. So this is very good for me. I know that I can basically go for these Thunder Punches, which are going to do some super effective damage. It's going to be neutral against Lantern because of the water type and the electric resistance, because obviously neutral, but I'm going to use a shield there, and he's going to bring in Ninetales, so I'm going to go for this Wild Charge. I know it's going to do a chunk of damage if he doesn't shield, and I've got another move ready, so I'm going to use the Thunder Punch and hopefully draw a shield here before I bring in my water type to counter this Ninetales. So I'm not going to shield here because I don't know, I think he should have farmed me there, but he didn't know how much energy I had, but I actually did not use a water type, guys, so I bring in Charizard for the neutral matchup, and he's going to use a Psyshock here. I was worried it was going to be Solar Beam, but it is Psyshock. I didn't know if he had Flamethrower or not, but he uses a Psyshock, but I've got a ton of energy charged up, so I'm ready for Quagsire coming in here. So I'm going to use a Blast Burn, and it's Lantern, so very good situation for me. I'm going to bring in a Venusaur to hopefully Vine Whip this down to death, and I get it right before he dies, almost. He's going to bring in Venusaur. So I'm going to use the Sludge Bomb. I've got the advantage here, guys, for sure. I'm going to use a shield here because I know that a Sludge Bomb is going to take me down. He uses Frenzy Plant. Very good shield bait there. He's still got a shield, but I've got the health advantage, so I'm going to go for another Sludge Bomb here. And should have went for Frenzy Plant there to go for a double Frenzy Plant, but Sludge Bomb will not kill me from here, and I'm hoping that I can win the race to Frenzy Plant. And remember, I have that energy charged up in the back with Charizard, so I'm okay if I don't kill him here, but I do kill him with the Frenzy Plant. I'm able to get to it, and he's going to bring in Lantern. I'm going to use one Vine Whip and kill it to take the victory So guys, when you look at the tournament page, this is what you'll see. Ace Leader Sky was the winner of the tournament, but he could not win because he already qualified for Worlds, and so did Electroblade, and so did Evan Walther. So it trickled down to all the people tied for 4 points that did not qualify for Worlds, and I was able to win the knockout tournament to move on to the knockout qualifier with the other open qualifier champions, which will be in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you made it to this point in time, I really appreciate you. And if you didn't, I hope you learned something from the Rainbow Cup battles that you did watch. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy the next one because it is going to be awesome, guys. Thank you so much.